everybody. Welcome to, sadly, the third issue of Grayfin and the Masters of Muck. I really enjoy that intro. Might have to keep that song for something else. It's just fits so well with the characters in the game. My name's Tom. I'm the GM of our Prowlers and Paragons game here at Restless Barbarian Gaming. And I have just three players here tonight. Unfortunately, Q couldn't be with us. So again, Swarm has buzzed off to do something else nefarious. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and have my players introduce themselves and let us know who they're playing. So we'll start with Jeffrey.
Hi, everybody. Jeffrey, and I'm playing the white collar superhero sidekick turned villain, Neon.
Okay, and Carlos.
Hey everyone, I'm playing Chopper, your resident four-legged psychic hacker.
And last but not least, the nefarious Grayfin. Limey, go ahead.
I'm playing Grayfin, the most disgusting, smelliest villain ever.
And he's so bad that we made sure you couldn't even see him because we're broadcasting in smell-o-vision tonight. So we weren't able to bring him in. So, but we will carry on nonetheless. So picking up here in issue 3, a lot of things have happened in just a very short time in Nocturne. There was a plan by the city of Nocturne to try to clean up the streets, get rid of some of these supervillains that were plaguing the city. They had this new plan where they were going to bring in a new team of superheroes known as the Crusaders, a team of young upstart heroes, we'll call them, who were going to come in and take down one of the city's nefarious criminals known as Grayfin. And unfortunately, the plan doesn't quite seem to be working. In our last episode, the Crusaders showed up at the local hangout for the villains, known as the Pickled Rabbit. And, well, they seem to be lacking some confidence in some ways. Oh, hello, Crash. Welcome. He's got his popcorn. He's ready. The heroes showed up. Some of them lacked some confidence in quite what they were doing. Some of them just seemed to be inexperienced. There was a young hero named Dice who rolls some dice to affect probabilities and do certain things. And well, her role kind of went pretty poorly. It was turns out turned some people into zombies. And there was some zombie interaction. Someone got stabbed, and by the end of the episode, poor Dice has been charged with murder. A very, very different outcome than I had expected when we started the game, but it's all good. We roll with it. I know these guys are going to just completely mess up all my plans, so I don't really come in with a lot of plans. So we pick up actually a couple days later, about 2-3 days later, and Citizen Soldier, who had been injured in the melee at the Civic Center, has been released from the hospital. He seems to have this amazing ability to heal pretty well, and well, plus he's just plain stubborn, and doesn't want to be held up too long, and he wants to get out there and try to make things right. Again, the young hero Dice has been charged with murder and is now sitting in a jail cell. The mayor, well, before she had been very vocal about taking to the airwaves to address her constituents, hasn't been on the air in 2 days. They seem to be in a shambles of kind of what to do, because everything they've tried seems to be just backfiring on them. Now, what I want to do is I want to pick up with Neon and Chopper. I think when we had last left you, you were, well, you had convinced the heroes to, to possibly to stand down, and then do the right thing and bring Dice in, to face justice. And the last few days, I'd kind of like to get an idea what you've been up to.
I think for Neon, it's probably a mix of keeping up the usual routine of the presentation, the different jobs, the modeling careers, the smiles, the facades, the interviews, and also there's the added responsibility, or that of having to be the head of the New Crusaders.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's a back and forth of like having to pile that on the plate as well. So I probably have not been as, plus now more eyes are on me. So it's a little bit harder for me to break away and be a little more involved with the underground and the villains. So I think my hands have pretty much been pretty full the last few days.
Okay. And Chopper?
Well, Chopper's been busy because first of all, this new interaction is good for engagement. And so he's both trying to set up some legitimate merchandise for the Crusaders with Neon. So that's one. But he's also kind of going along to create bootlegs, because he also wants to control that market. So he's negotiating with overseas people online to do bootlegs of the Crusaders and Neon. So they're not as high quality, but they're a lot cheaper, and the profit margin's a lot bigger on those. So he's very excited by that.
It probably looks more like Corsairs or
Exactly.
something like that, So
Yep.
quite the great spelling.
So he's very excited because this is income that he can use on online gambling. So yeah.
Neon, you do get a call from the mayor's office that Citizen Soldier would like to meet with you and the active Crusaders. They'd like to meet you over at the mayor's office. Do you contact Greyfin or Swarm, or do you kind of keep a low profile in that regard?
I think I'm going to go with something that seems a little bit more in character with Neon. I think he's going to be a little full of himself and just go without telling anybody. I think he's just going to go do whatever.
Okay.
Take care of this. Yeah.
And I'm sure Chopper is busy enough on his own, probably, it's looking at his calendar and he's like, I got maybe 10:30 open, but that's about it. You just fill me in on the details and I'll get back to you. So, in the meantime, Greyfin, you've been kind of basking in your glory in a way. Again, you are still the most wanted person in probably several states now.
Sweet.
And what has he kind of been spending his time doing besides maybe hanging out at the Pickled Rabbit?
I'm going to buy the pickled rabbit with all the money we got.
Well, now, that sounds like an interesting proposition. The owner, Scheller O'Donovan, he probably laughs the first time you mention something. Okay, kid, I can't sell you this place. This is like been in the family for years. I can't sell it.
Okay, you got a daughter? I'll marry into the family then.
You son of a bitch! Don't say nothing like that. I'd rather sell this place than.
You just said you'd rather sell this place. I win.
Son of a bitch. He kind of grumbles and stomps off. Has Greyfin been able to really kind of? I guess he hasn't. I don't know if he's really been able to cash in essentially on.
No, I couldn't think of it. I think the dog has all the money.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you might have to get a
I think a
loan.
loan.
It can be
Buy the
arranged
place.
with very generous interest payments set up. No problem.
There might even be franchising opportunities. Maybe
Exactly.
start,
Ooh.
a pickled rabbit in other cities. It is truly a place of scum and villainy. So,
Well, if he won't sell me it, I'll ask him for a drink named after me.
oh yeah, well he's like, I got one called the toilet water. There you go. He slides it down, and it's this. It's probably all the stuff that ends up in the bar mats as they're pouring. Like at the end of the night, they take all that and just pour it into a glass. And they slide it. Here's the toilet water.
Yeah, drop a couple of Tootsie Rolls in it. You got a perfect drink.
Don't forget the umbrella. It slides it down.
Okay. Got to be a neon umbrella.
Yeah. So we're gonna switch back to Neon's meeting then with Citizen Soldier at the mayor's office. He when he gets there, he doesn't see any of the other Crusaders around, because the remainder would be She-Wolf, Rhyme, and Ogre. Rhyme kind of lost his nerve. Probably has been kind of maybe avoiding the team as best he can. But when he does get there, he's shown to a private office where Citizen Soldier is waiting, and he looks tired. And I can actually, through the magic of the internet, I can show everyone a picture of Citizen Soldier. And there we go. There's Citizen Soldier. Doesn't look like any characters from Marvel at all, but we like him anyway. So there's Citizen Soldier. And he's sitting in a conference room, and the last time you saw him, I mean, he was pretty beat up, and probably had some broken ribs. But he's managed to kind of rebound pretty fast. From what you've heard, he's has some amazing healing abilities. And when Neon arrives, is Neon in his costume, or is he just street clothes?
Yeah, street clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, with sunglasses, very like Abercrombie and Fitch, but like 3000. Take it up a notch.
Okay.
Very like super trendy modern clothing.
Okay.
Or Gucci. Yeah.
And he kind of waves him in, and he says, "You've been really kind of filling in pretty well here these last couple days. You and your dog."
Hey, thanks. Good to see you back on your feet.
Yeah, I can't lay down too long. We gotta get back. We gotta get this taken care of. The mayor is pissed. Jaden Young is thinking about just pulling the plug on the whole project already. I mean, it's only been 3-4 days, and they're already ready to just bail on this. I can't let this go on.
All right. What's the plan then?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Because, well, I did have some time in the hospital to watch a lot of TV and some other things. And, well, if you don't mind me saying, you always seem to be conveniently around when Grayfin pops up. But
Yeah.
you don't seem to be able to stop him. Why is that?
Oh, I do the best that I can, and keeping this city safe is top priority, and he's a slippery guy.
Could you make me a covert roll, please?
Yeah. Oh boy. So that's I only have a 2 in covert, so that's a 6, so that's a 2 total.
Okay. Are you being straight with me?
What are you getting at?
I think there's something else going on here that I think you might be playing both sides of playing both sides.
Oh, that's a pretty big accusation. You sure you didn't leave the hospital too soon?
Funny guy too. I don't want to make things any harder than they have to be. All I'm asking you to do is do the right thing. Help me take down Greyfin, and then we go our separate ways.
I guess that brings me around to my first question. What do you have in mind?
It's pretty tough in Nocturne to find somewhere where there's no water. This is a city that's basically below sea level. And trying to get him somewhere where he can't slip out is gonna be pretty tough.
Is there anywhere in the city that would kind of fulfill that requirement? Like a high rise or something?
It's where he's thinking. The one idea I had was an oil tanker. If we could potentially get him onto a oil tanker and some kind of container, that like a waterproof container.
But then the question would be how to bring him on to the oil tanker.
That might be where you come in. Maybe you can stick your head in the pickled rabbit again. Because I do show you, there was some cameras that showed you were down there.
Yeah, with the Crusaders.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I could swing back by there.
I don't feel good accusing a fellow hero of corruption, but prove me wrong.
Okay. Of course.
All right. Let me know what you find out.
Yeah, we'll do. All right.
Okay. And you can leave. You're not necessarily dismissed, but yeah. And as you're leaving the mayor's office, as you're kind of walking through the halls, police officers are looking at you carefully.
I smile and wave at those that I notice are.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, 3 days ago you were the golden boy, and now, so something's changed. So
I'd still snap a photo and upload it to my gram. Like, throw the peace sign with them in the background and like that. Like supporting our best in blue. The true heroes of the city.
So as you leave, you want to contact anyone, or you're gonna kind of keep this to yourself? What's the plan?
I think I'll probably swing by Chopper first.
Does Chopper have time to talk? So.
Absolutely.
He'll work you in for 15 minutes.
No. This is the gravy train here, so we always have to make time.
That's true. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. You swing by the junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Chopper will has camera, so he'll come out. He'll come out to see what's happening.
Hey, bud. And Neon's just going to catch Chopper up to speed on the plan, the idea of how to basically bait Grayfin onto an oil tanker and try to find a way to imprison him there.
Well, that does pose a dilemma because this rivalry between you and Grayfin, the engagement is astounding. So we need to keep that going, but we also need to get Citizen Soldier off your back.
You see where the problem is. You just understand me. You get me.
Yeah. How do we Let me ask you this. Are there any other villains in town that you don't get along with, or that might be, cutting into your action or anything like that?
Well, my first thought is Plasmid, but I think that's also an excellent question to pose over to both.
Plasmid's still locked up.
Yep. Okay. Well,
you could break him out if you wanted to.
That's a thought. Awesome. But yeah, are there any rivals, or does Grayfin have any rivals amongst the villain community?
Well, that's a funny question, and we're gonna actually go over to Grayfin for a moment. Grayfin, at the Pickled Rabbit, a little while later, a guy comes in, almost looks like a chauffeur, kind of opens up the door, kind of has the chauffeur cap, and kind of comes in. He's got leather gloves on, and he's kind of scanning around, and then sees Grayfin and kind of walks up to him. And he's like, "Excuse me, sir."
Yes, Jeeves.
I represent Mr. Antoine Lacroix, and he would most like to meet with you, if that is agreeable with you.
Oh, he knows where I'm at. Obviously, you're here, so he can come in and talk. That's fine.
Oh, he won't be coming in here. I'm to escort you to one of his restaurants.
Ooh, okay. Is it French?
Cajun.
Same thing. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So you would know the name Anton Lacroix as a famous restaurateur in Nocturne, and he also has a bit of a sketchy past, but kind of a Teflon Don in a way. Nothing quite seems to stick to him. Plus the cooking pun. Hope you got that.
Yep.
But yeah, he's a pretty powerful man in Nocturne. His family's been there, 5-6 generations. There's always been talk of involvement with voodoo and things like that. That he kind of plays it up a little bit with his restaurants. But yeah, he not somebody you'd probably know directly, but you kind of in rival circles in a way. So yeah, so you come out. There is a Rolls Royce outside, Rolls Royce, and the chauffeur opens the door for you, lets you in.
Wow, is this rich Corinthian leather?
It is. And he will take you across town to a much nicer part of town. Frankly, any place would be better than where the Pickled Rabbit is. Once you get to his restaurant, chauffeur takes you inside, and Mr. Lacroix is sitting at a table. He's having a glass of wine. He's an older man, probably late 50s, maybe early 60s, kind of a gray goatee mustache. Hair is still fairly black, and dressed in probably a very nice suit, and just kind of waves you over, and he's like, hello, Mr. Is it Mr. Grayfin, as I call you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sit.
Don't mind if I do. I plunk my happy butt in the chair.
And he's like, "Can I offer you anything to eat?"
A burger and a Coke?
And he's kind of like, "Okay," and waves one of the waiters over, and they take your order. And so Anton kind of turns to face you, and he's like, "We've never directly met, but we probably know some of the same people here in Nocturne. And I have to say, I'm absolutely impressed with your display of just frankly, of power. Let's face it, the police and the heroes, they've been humiliated. You've won."
Yeah. Since they're supposed to be the good guys, but they're the one killing people.
That's what I heard. It was kind of interesting. And I've got to say, I just need to ask, really, what's your next move? I'm just curious.
I thought about running for mayor, but I got finding a backer's kind of hard.
Yes, I believe you're not quite at a point where a career in politics is probably in the cards for you.
No, so general mayhem and chaos and increase my bank account. It's pretty much what I'm going to go with for now, though.
Well, and I believe that's where you're going to run into a bit of a challenge. You see, you've made them look bad, but if you continue to push it, eventually they're going to send in someone that you can't defeat. Have you thought about that?
Yep. Nope. Nope. Superman's a comic book character, so he's not going to hurt me, so I'm good.
I would suggest you need allies.
Like a lawyer?
No, someone with maybe connections that perhaps you don't have.
Oh, like you.
That would be one person to consider, yeah.
Okay, what's your idea?
I believe I can broker a peace agreement with the mayor's office. Unofficial, of course. I mean, they'll never admit to making a deal with the man they're calling the toilet terrorist. But I believe an agreement can be reached where perhaps if you, I don't want to say go away, but if you cease your hostilities against them, perhaps they might call off the dogs, as it were.
So it means I got to play nice with the mayor's office?
For a while. I mean, ultimately, just between you and me, what's your ultimate goal here?
Get rich and retire to the Bahamas.
I'm sure they would pay you right now to just go away.
Really?
I'm sure it can be done. Is that all you want? Is money?
Well, yeah, I want to rule the city.
I
guess I could amass a great criminal empire of supervillains.
You could. I think your tactics might be a tad predictable, shall we say. From one professional to another, of course.
Okay.
Shall I allow you some time to stew on it, or can we come to an agreement?
No, you can go chit chat with the biggie wiggies of the city.
Oh, this isn't all just about me. I'd like your agreement first before we commence our business.
What do I get out of it?
Well, perhaps a big payday if it can be arranged.
And my crew?
It's funny. Who exactly is your crew?
My crew.
Oh, come now. You've had more help than just the insect man.
Well, you got the plasmid, but he's kind of an idiot, so you know.
Not the one I was thinking of.
Which one you thinking of?
Let's just say the White Knight is not all he appears to be.
Now we're playing chess?
I don't know if you truly are an idiot, or if you're just trying to antagonize me.
Okay, so this White Knight guy is a hero, but he's a villain, but he's not a villain, he's a hero?
We can play semantics all evening, but I think you know that eventually they're going to catch on to the fact that you've had more assistance than has been obvious. I have connections in the mayor's office, and there's begun some talk that perhaps you've had a little bit of assistance.
Okay, let's go with that theory of yours. Say someone has been playing one side against the other.
Mhm.
What do you propose?
Well, eventually you're either going to have to cut ties with them to tie up loose ends, or go down with the ship. How loyal are you to whoever might be potentially helping you? And he just winks.
Well, loyalty's a harsh word. It's like saying love to somebody. You gotta get. You just can't say it to everybody.
It's true. That's true.
But so far, they're bankrolling me pretty good, so I have no reason to throw them under the proverbial bus yet. Unless you have some other compensation that they can't provide me with.
I have some resources at my disposal that might be difficult for them to duplicate.
Okay.
And he reaches out his hand, and his hand is almost kind of bony looking. It's real, like, he didn't look very super thin, but his right hand is very bony looking. He has this kind of odd gold bracelet on his wrist, and he just kind of puts out his hand. He says, "Shall we make a gentleman's agreement?"
Sure. I wipe my hand off on the napkin. Shake his hand.
And you shake it, and it is ice cold, but you feel something. Like, it's beyond his grip. You just feel like something kind of moving up your arm. As he just stares at you in the eye. And the longer he stares at it, the more you feel there's something moving up your arm.
Okay, that's enough of the handshaking. Pull my hand back.
Let's go. And he's like, "Excellent. I'll be in touch.
Okie doke.
So good to do business with you, Mr. Finn." And he just
Yeah, it
chuckles.
works.
Okay. All right. Your burger comes, and it's to go, because apparently your business is done here. So you. Thank you, Crash, and thank you, Virtual Infamy. We love having you guys join in and playing along as well. Yeah. So basically, you're kind of shown the door. They will give you a ride back, of course. You're not going to have to take the bus or something.
Okay. That would be embarrassing.
Greatest supervillain in town has to take the bus. No. The chauffeur asks, "Do you want to go back to your establishment?"
Drop me off at 33rd and Wilkes. There's a good sewer grate there I can use to get home.
All right. He drops you off there, and we're going to switch back over to then Chopper and Neon. Now they've maybe had a little bit of time to talk. Obviously, they don't know what Grayfen was just talking about, but
All right, so my thought is we try to find a patsy, something to keep, the cat to keep Citizen what's his name off your back, without necessarily and maybe somebody whose interference we can blame on Grayfin's escaping. Maybe we should break Plasmid out of jail.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we could have Grayfen do it.
How so?
Well, I mean, if Grayfen springs Plasmid,
Oh,
then
gotcha. Sorry. Yes, that makes sense.
yeah.
That is a good point.
Or maybe you could hack in with your tech skills.
Oh, I can try that too. We do need to talk to Grayfen though. Do you think he's? Do you have it? I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a bit.
I think he's been partying. He's not the type to lay low. So I don't know.
I think he might be by the pickled rabbit. He's going to keep it the same name.
Yes, yeah, I think so. He did. Yeah, I think he did talk about wanting to take it over. So I think that's a good call. And maybe we should head over there. And well, I don't know. You're very visible, so I don't know unless it's part of your strategy. Unless you want to be seen there, so that they know that you're doing what they want you to.
Yeah, Citizen Soldier mentioned maybe I should go by there anyway, so it's not like they're not expecting it.
Okay,
I'm probably just like I'm doing my due diligence.
let's do it, and we can leave some messages for him.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
All right.
Okay, so Grayfen, so you headed to the sewer. What's your plan from there?
Oh, I'm gonna find the nearest big sewer cistern, make it back up, and create a flood in that block, and then go to the bar.
So you're going to flood which place?
Some random neighborhood.
Okay. We'll say he's not an absolute jerk, so he wouldn't mess with like a poor neighborhood. Maybe middle class. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Something fancy, hoity-toity. Yeah.
Okay. We're not gonna do any rolls for it.
Okay.
But it's still a great idea. Yeah, you probably spend a half an hour creating this giant clog in the sewers, and the cabbage vendor's shop is around again. So within an hour, all of a sudden now all the water's backed up in a pleasant middle class part of Nocturne, probably far away from the scum and villainy. But so. And again, it's all over the news. Oh, Grayfen strikes again. The toilet terrorist is at it. Now, Grayfen would have some other allies in the city. There are some street gangs that he knows. He doesn't necessarily control them or anything, but there are some other gangs in the city. In terms of supervillains, they kind of tend to come and go. Lately, they before all this started, there really weren't that many. But if you wanted to investigate, kind of put your ear to the ground to find out what's going on in the underground, you could make a streetwise roll if you want to, and Chopper and Neon can also make a streetwise roll if they want to get an idea, kind of who's coming to town, who's going, that kind of thing.
I got a whole whopping 1.
Okay. There's bad guys in town.
Yeah, Jane Wick.
Yeah, exactly.
2.
Okay.
Oh wait, hang on. Sorry, wrong character. I also got it.
Okay. Not that you know of. I mean, it's not like, you know, the supervillains come into the airport and, you know, update their you know, their Facebook and say, hey, just got to Nocturne. Let's kill some innocents, you know. That's so okay. Well then, yeah. So now that you're done creating a flood, Grayfin, what would you like to do? I'm
Go
going to
the
Disney
Pickle
World.
Rabbit.
Oh, so-
Disney World. No, it'll be Splash Mountain.
The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah, I'll go back to the bar.
Okay. All right. So then Chopper and Neon, were you gonna? I think you were planning on going to the Pickled Rabbit. So okay. So we are going to spin the Finn logo and go into the Pickled Rabbit, where Scheller is still kind of grumbling under his breath. That son of a bitch said he wanted to buy this place from me. I don't know about that. He's gonna have to give me a pretty good penny if I want to sell this place to him.
Can marry your daughter too. So the so last time Chopper was just kind of lazing around under the table. He's going to go back under the table again, but this time he wants to check and see what kind of surveillance, what kind of tech surveillance might be on the place while Grayson and Neon are talking.
As in, like, what does the owner have, or did possibly someone
Anybody.
else put something?
The owner, or now he's really suspicious about the police and the captain and the mayor and everything. So yeah.
The owner, no. I mean, the high tech thing for him is maybe having a jukebox. I mean, this place is a real shithole. You know, so yeah. I mean, you can look around. You're like, he might still have dial up. I mean, you know, there's a payphone on the wall. So
Chopper's going to put on some Journey while he's investigating
Okay.
the jukebox, and then just kind of look around and see if there's anything else going on while they discuss.
Okay. So Neon, you're inside now.
Yeah. Is Grayfin here yet, or are we still?
He's here. Yeah.
Okay. So, so Grayfin, don't know if you heard, but citizen soldiers on the mend.
Yeah, he kind of bounces back like a rubber band.
Yeah, I hear tell he wants me to take you down.
Really? Where? To a disco or what?
Yeah, boogie down at a disco aboard a oil tanker.
Oh, he wants to go. Oh, he wants to take me down.
Oh yeah, and I think he wants me to do it.
Well, we can make it look good. Chopper will probably be there somewhere with cameras.
Yeah.
Now, is this a
Think of it.
used oil tanker or a disused oil tanker?
I think that could be up to us, but I feel like we gotta. Maybe this time we need a little extra, little something special to this particular performance.
You blow up the oil tanker.
It'd be really hard to catch somebody in that case.
Yeah, you say I evaporated. Because I assume the oil tanker's in water.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which kind of strikes me as odd as why he made a big deal about needing to keep you away from water and then suggested something that's on water.
Unless it's some secret government boat we don't know about.
Possible.
You have to ask the shops to take a Google and find out for us.
Yeah. Incognito mode. So yeah, I don't know. Do we want to get the rest of the little kitties involved with this one?
Like every villain we can find.
I just mean the other Crusaders.
Sure, we could take down the whole team at once.
All right. Yeah. So we also were thinking maybe maybe we could kind of add to it and bust your buddy Plasmid. And then, I don't know if that would really factor in, but it would heighten the drama, so to say.
Okay.
Then maybe something like I'll issue a challenge, a showdown, say this has gone too far, and we can have a good old slugfest.
Yeah, but poor old Swarmy's going to miss out. Him and his migration patterns.
Yeah, the rapid changes in weather, all sorts of stuff's going on with that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I got a counter offer. The Frenchy mafia guy, he wants us to step back.
He wants us to step back?
Yeah, he pointed a finger at you being on our side.
Okay. So things are heating up pretty good.
Yeah, it could be bad for you.
Oh, as much as I like to keep a clean image. Maybe we're both due for a vacation.
Because this could be a double setup.
You think so, huh? Think
Well,
your new buddy, your chef cuisine is conspiring with the mayor?
Yeah, that would make more sense.
So what do we do then? Do we play into it?
I'm game because this sounds like fun. A boat on water. Woohoo!
All right.
You have to get a jetpack for Chopper, though.
There we go. Yeah, well, definitely going to bring the Crusaders along. Could use a little extra insurance policy.
Just not that one crazy person that throws bones and stuff that makes people turn into zombies.
Yeah, no. No dice.
Oh, wow.
I'm kind of ashamed of myself for that. Sorry.
Yeah. So you want to go break out Plasmist and then go beat up the Citizen Soldier and his Crusaders
Sounds good.
on an oil tanker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a capital idea. Chopper with a jet ski. To the chopper boat.
Have a big
Okay.
finale, and we can go lick our wounds for a little bit, and come back after this is all blown over, and everybody will forget about it and move on.
Sounds good to me.
Grayfin, you get kind of a shiver. Right after you were talking about Mr. Lacroix, this is a cold shiver just kind of goes down your spine.
Ooh, someone walking on my grave. That's not good.
Yeah.
Maybe a tough fight. Yeah, more liquor.
I'll drink to that.
Schiller, what do you want?
Your daughter's phone number.
I told you, son of a bitch, you can't talk to her. You know what, just for that, I ain't naming that drink after you.
Oh, well, just for that, I'm going to back up your toilets. Well, wait a second. I don't need to do that. They do it on their own.
They don't work anyway.
I'll clean your bathroom. How's that for you?
Don't you fucking try to start anything in my place. I got friends too, And he just walks away, son of a bitch. Who let that damn dog in here anyway? Okay. So the plan is then you are going to attempt to break Plasmid out of I guess probably the don't know if it's county jail, wherever they're kind of holding him for right now. Yeah, I mean that's something Chopper would be able to find out very easily. Would be, it's almost like a public record almost of, like where he'd be being held. So I'm not going to make you roll on that. He is considered a super villain, but not to the level of, would need, like Aegeus would come in and, and take him. I mean, just the regular cops have got him, and they've got him probably somewhere, definitely with his hands, maybe like bags over his hands or something, so he can't get the, the goop going. But yeah, you find out he's county, county lockup. Probably not a super secure place, but enough to hold, your regular folks.
What are his powers? I don't recall.
He basically can form these like globules of like sticky goo snot kind of things, and can throw them and stretch and things like that. But he's not, he's not like Greyfin can like turn into water or anything like that. So.
Greyfin, do you think this is a thing that you can do solo? I don't think we want Neon to be seen anywhere near there when this goes down. Maybe we pick up. Yeah.
Break into a prison?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could set up a little exhibition or something on the other side of town, kind of draw some of the attention away from the prison.
And I can see what I can do about the security remotely.
You could do a meet and greet with the Crusaders in the public, since you're their de facto new boss.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. So then what we'll need to do is split the party, and we're gonna have gonna actually say that Neon is gonna get his kind of thing going in motion kind of first, to give Chopper some time to check out the jail, and give Greyfin some time to plan. So Neon, you don't really have the phone numbers of the other Crusaders, so you would probably need to go back to maybe like the mayor's office, to find out how to contact them.
Right. Okay. So
Get there. Again, the cops are kind of giving you the side eye a little bit, maybe not quite as much as they were in the morning, when you were there earlier, but you do get with like the mayor's assistant, and she's kind of, the mayor really kind of didn't want them kind of doing anything else for the moment. She's a little upset with the whole enterprise, so she kind of asked them to kind of stay out of sight. Sorry, I don't mean to to tell you what to do, sir, but she really doesn't kind of want them doing anything.
Oh, understandably, and I take full responsibility for the well-being of the team. I just think that as a way to thank the mayor and to help bolster the spirit of the city, maybe if I leveraged a little bit of the influence that I have, a humble sort of rallying an event for the city, a charity event, perhaps maybe even at a La Croix restaurant, maybe even. Just a little statement to the city.
I guess that couldn't be bad. Make me a charm roll, please.
All right. Ooh, yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5.
Okay. Yeah, the more she's kind of thinking about it, she's like, I think that probably would be a good idea. Well, I mean, we could talk to Mr. Lacroix. He's a busy man, but he always does seem to have time for for the kids. It helps with his she's trying to find a polite way to say his checkered past. Um, I I I might have a phone number for him if you'd be interested in that.
Oh, very much so. I think that it's such a great story, right? The whole redemption arc, coming back from, a place where one was before, the sign that one can always improve, and it'll be a chance for them to get to know the Crusaders face to face. Now, that FaceTime is so important to build that trust. So, yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, of course, of course. So she gives you a minute or two, and then comes back with like a phone number for like his press agent or something like that. And I think if you call them, I don't know how quickly they can get something like that put together. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. I mean, superheroes or just showing up at a restaurant, and so
I'll put the word out, and let me worry about that part.
okay. Okay, Chopper, you have gotten the specs on the county prison. Aside from there's obviously fences around, lots of cameras. There's a kind of like an intake area. So the actual prisoner housing is kind of in like the middle of the complex. It's still daytime, so but trying to go in through essentially the front door really won't work. But you can always try it. There would be ways to come in other routes that our friend Grayfen knows of. Would probably be the best route. But in terms of surveillance, that's probably what you could handle.
That's fine. That's kind of what I want to do. So if I can get close enough, I have machine control, so I can try to turn off some of the cameras. What I would want to do is, so I'm going to reestablish the mind link with Grayfen and Neon, so that we kind of time this all correctly. What I want to do is so I'm going to turn off any cameras that show me, but I'm going to turn on and leave on any cameras that show Grayfen.
Okay.
And just to show that he is doing that after he arrives. But I also want to see if I can open up all the gates, open up all the prisoner gates. If it's on that automated system where they slide open, I'm going to try to do that. Like the emergency, there's a fire, all the gates have to open kind of thing. That's what I'm going to try to activate.
All right. Yeah. That sounds awesome. Let's go ahead and make your roll. And then kind of after you do your roll, I'm going to switch over to Grayfen and just make sure to see what he wants to do. So.
Hey, Chopper, any chance you can turn on the sprinkler system at the same time?
Absolutely. There's a fire, so absolutely the sprinkler system has to come on. So I have the tech specialty. So this will be 9 dice. And that is a lot of successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes on 9 dice.
Okay. Yep. Okay. It is chaos. You're just doing the prisoner doors.
Yeah. And the fire thing.
Okay. Yeah. So the fire alarm goes off. Everybody's running out of their cells. People are slipping and sliding because of the sprinklers inside. Sorry, I gotta show it. We love you, Crash. um, uh, yeah. So Grayfin, how are you making your entrance?
Pick a sewer pipe or water pipe. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, wasn't sure if you wanted to come out. Sprinklers would probably be kind of tough. I mean, it's a water form, but it might take you a little while to kind
Yeah,
of.
no. Every
Let's-
toilet, just pop
Okay.
into this jail cell toilet. Hi, how you doing?
Okay. Yep. Somebody was making some jailhouse wine, so you popped up through one,
Soured it a bit.
and Chopper was able to tell you exactly where Plasmid is being held, like kind of what floor he's on. So you're able to pop up. You managed to come out in the cell next to his. So for some reason you couldn't get through to his actual cell, but you kind of blop out of the toilet, land, and people are running out as you emerge.
Slosh out. Okay. Are these jail bars or are they walls with solid sliding doors?
Oh no, they're just like they're doors at this point. I mean, just doors with like a a window. Like it's not like an old school jail with
Okay.
bars. I mean, it's just if
No,
you've ever
Chopper
seen any
opened them all,
recent
so I'll
TV
just walk
shit.
out.
Yeah. Okay, you get out. There are inmates running all over the place, and as you look to your right, you recognize Plasmid standing in the doorway, and he's got like these big plastic, almost like plastic bags over his hands, and he's just like looking. He's like, "Oh, I knew you wouldn't leave me here, buddy. I knew this had to be you coming to get me out of here."
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll bring the wire cutters with me.
Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to bite through this shit. I can't get these gloves off.
No, I try to assist him in removing the gloves.
Okay, you're able to eventually just kind of tug them off or whatever.
Okay.
And he gets his hands out and he just starts flexing the goop. I mean, he's got the black goop, and he starts hurling black snot balls at guards. And there he catches one guy catches it in the face and crashes. And he seems like he's ready to just start kicking some ass.
No, we gotta get out of here before the good guy group gets here.
Those kids that they showed on the TV.
Yeah, those guys.
All right, you lead the way.
Okay. Just blow a hole in the wall and take off.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna just keep it simple. We're gonna get you out of there. Yeah. So when you get outside, you're still still have the gates to contend with, unless Chopper wants to open the front gates as well.
That might be too obvious. I want to see what Grayfin does.
Okay. I summon forth a big, huge fountain of water to ride upon to take me up and over the fence, with leaving a trail of excrement behind me.
There is a TP poop laden trail that goes up over the fence, and Plasmid is even he's grossed out by this, and he's kind of choking, spitting stuff out, and he's like, "Oh."
Do I have time to go back by and go over the warden's car?
No,
Okay.
no, because there's even though he's not here, things are really starting to swarm
Okay.
with cops and stuff. So yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, you could. I mean, and
I don't
they
push
know
my
it's
luck.
you. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't push your luck. No. Okay, Chopper, you see it has been a grand success.
Chopper's gone. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Chopper's
Exactly. He was never there. Okay. Neon, you get in touch with Mr. Lacroix's office, and you actually get a call back from a nocturne number that you don't recognize.
Levy Allard.
Is this Neon?
Yeah. Who's speaking?
This is Anton Lacroix.
Oh, Mr. Lacroix, a pleasure to be speaking with you.
Of course, yes, it is. What can I do for you? You
Well,
see,
it just occurred to me that, my family and myself and you all run our various enterprises, and we actually don't know each other very well. So, I thought with all that's going on in the city, that perhaps it would be good for the people to see some goodwill being shared over some good food, and might give us an opportunity to sit down and maybe perhaps see if there's any overlap in our different businesses there could be achieved there.
I would love that. You seem like quite the busy man lately. Are you sure you would have time for a humble citizen such as myself?
Well, I do what I can, but I can put a word out online and have a few people show up. No,
Oh, no, 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 no. I'd rather not it be anything public. I think just speaking personally would be best.
Oh, so okay, not quite.
Should
But
I send a car?
Sure, and I'll disclose the address where the car can pick me up.
Okay. Within half an hour or so, a chauffeur arrives with in a Rolls Royce. And where is so Neon was? I guess the last time we saw him was he was at the police station or the mayor's office. So would he have called from there, or would he have?
I would have moved away a little ways away, like gone
Okay.
to a more remote part of the city.
Okay. Do me a favor. Could you roll me a roll me a perception, please.
Okay, that's a 1.
Okay. Once you left, again, some of the police officers were kind of giving you a look, but nothing other than that. You just kind of strolled out and left. Yeah. So the car comes to pick you up, takes you to one of Mr. Lacroix's restaurants. You come in, similar to what we described with Grayfin. Ask you if you'd like anything to eat, drink.
I'll order the most expensive thing on the menu.
Of course you do. And Mr. Lacroix is quite pleased to meet you, and he puts out his hand to you, and you notice this almost like shriveled, old-looking hand that he puts out to you.
Whew. Would it be something like? Is it really noticeable, or is it something that's like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. This is rude. May I ask what happened there?
Polio as a child.
Well, you seem to have recovered quite well from it. Excuse me just a moment. I think, let's see. I don't want to play meta here, but I feel like Neon would be a little bit like, ooh, I don't want. Oh.
He notices you seem a little put out by not wanting to shake his hand, but give me a covert roll to see if you can kind of try to. Actually, excuse me. Give me a charm roll to see if you can spin it so that.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7.
Okay. Yeah. He's able. You're able to spin it as you're not necessarily being impolite. You're just you know, there was just a, an outbreak of something in recent times, and just safety first, and he kind of just smiles a little bit, but he seems to have bought your excuse to not shake his hand. So he sits down across from you and just kind of crosses his legs, and he's like, quite the busy young man these days, aren't you?
Yeah, just trying to keep up with business, There's a lot to do in this city, and, trying to be a businessman on top of it.
Nasty business that horrible, wretched Grayfen has been up to.
Oh, absolutely. Just the amount of money I've had to spend on dry cleaning after a fight with him, you would balk at the bill.
How many times have you fought with him?
Jeez. I mean, it's probably too much of a compliment to say he's my nemesis, but I mean, the public love a good versus evil story, don't they? So
They do with that. And I just saw something on the news about it was even a break-in at the county prison where they believe that nefarious Grayfen was involved in that.
the guy does not know when to quit.
He doesn't. I think everyone does need to know their limits, though, and perhaps when they're up against something that might be too much for them.
Yeah, well, now that I've got both the Crusaders and Citizen Soldier back in action, I think it's safe to say that Grayfen might be needing to seek out a new line of work.
Do you think you'd be capable of wrangling that nasty creature?
Let's just say maybe I've got a few cards up my sleeve. I think I might be able to devise something.
And he is going to take a sip of his wine. Your food comes. You probably got lobster, something. So he's just kind of waiting for you to. He's like, no, please, dine in. Enjoy. It is my honor as a local businessman to share what I have with the heroes of our city.
Well, I'll definitely be praising this on my feed, for sure.
And he looks you right in the eye as you are starting to eat. Could you give me a willpower roll, please?
Sure. That's only 2.
Okay. His gaze is hard to look away from. And you feel like you want to just keep talking to him. That he is just the most interesting man in the world. And you're like, you know what? I want to hang out with this dude. He is just charisma personified.
It can be a little lonely in this line of work. It's nice to talk to somebody who's on a similar level as far as, the finer things in life.
It is. It really is. So what are your plans after taking down this Grayfen? What does the future hold for Neon?
Oh, well, things will hopefully quiet down around here enough. I can, maybe put in a little more effort into other interests, other pursuits.
And could you, gonna roll again, and could have you make another willpower roll for me?
Okay. slightly better. 1, 2, 4.
Okay. He says, I think you and I could do great things together. But in your head you hear, it's time for you to leave Nocturne and not come back. And it's pretty convincing. But you're not enough that you get up and run out, but you're like, you just get this icy chill down your back.
So is it like a pleasing proposition, or is it a veiled threat sort of deal?
Pleasing.
Okay. Maybe it is time I stretched my wings a bit.
We've all got to take those opportunities when they're given to us.
You're absolutely right. But in terms of your enterprise, maybe there's something to be said about expansion.
What would that be?
I'm certainly no expert in these matters, but good food. I don't think that Cajun cooking should be exclusive to Louisiana. If that's something that you have in mind.
I think your talents are better used elsewhere than perhaps business. I mean, no offense, of course.
Oh, no, I'm taken. I'm certainly not conventional in those matters, but well, you seem to really be quite perceptive, Mr. LeBlanc. Thank you for the lobster.
Well, you could take one to go. He snaps his fingers and somebody runs and getting you another one. And I want to have you make one more willpower roll for me, please.
Oof. Oh boy, it's a 1.
Okay. Now you genuinely feel this as a threat, and there is a voice in your head that says, do not try to interfere with me. Leave Nocturne and do not return. And in this time, the chill down your back is really like strong. And it's funny is because his lips don't move, but you hear this voice in his head, and it's not necessarily his voice. It's this deeper, sinister voice.
All right. Feeling the sinking, gnawing feeling of unease, clawing away at his stomach. I'm gonna try to keep my cool.
Yeah.
And as I'm taking my to-go bag and walking towards the door, I'll say, one of the reasons my family never got into the restaurant business was my father had a saying. He said, if you spend too much time in the kitchen, eventually you'll get burned.
Your father's a wise man. It was so nice to meet you, Neon. Good luck in your future endeavors.
An absolute pleasure, LeBlanc, as well.
Okay. All right. Neon can leave. He'll get a ride back. The chauffeur doesn't say a word, taking him back. The further you get away from this man, the better you feel.
Fair.
We are going to skip back to, let's see what Chopper's up to. Has he decided to do anything else in the meantime?
Yep, I mentioned in our private chat, Chopper. So Chopper, for those of you who don't know, has a very high-tech base hidden under the junkyard, and he's having his AI down there work on perfecting deep fakes related to Citizen Soldier.
Okay.
It might come up.
And yeah, what is he proposing to do with Citizen Soldier?
He wants to. So this is what he's working on. He's taking recordings of Citizen Soldier in action, of like punching things and getting like voice samples and stuff like that, just to try to maybe enhance some video someday about what might happen in the future. But that's what he's doing at the moment. That is what he is working on. Deep fakes of Citizen Soldier.
Chopper is the true mastermind of this group.
He's pretty smart, Chopper.
All right. Outside. So Grayfin and Plasmid have had a chance to get away from the jail. What's their next stop, shall we say?
Chopper's junkyard.
Okay.
Because we can't go to the pickle because everybody's gonna be looking for Plasmid.
Right.
So where goes Storm and Chopper?
Give me a because Plasmid can't travel through water like you can. So we're gonna each have you and Plasmid make covert rolls to see how you do on the street.
Okay. Ooh, wow. 2.
Ooh. All right. Okay. How'd you do?
I got a 2.
You got a 2? Okay. Plasmid actually did better than you. You guys managed to kind of get through the streets pretty stealthily, and managed to get over to the junkyard without any police involvement, shall we say. So, and Chopper, they probably would appear on your cameras as they approach.
I'm like, wait, why are they? What's happening here? Chopper's gonna come out. Chopper's gonna rush outside and meet as they come enter. I don't remember. I don't think Plasmid knows about Chopper, if I recall. Like he didn't make it. He didn't make it. So just to Grayfin, he'll be like, what's going on here?
I have nowhere to hide him.
Plasmid's in a nice orange jumpsuit.
Yeah. Okay. Did not plan this far enough.
He doesn't breathe underwater, so.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Chopper's like, well. Chopper spent some points on this home base of his, including having like the hidden attribute and some other things. So Chopper will say, "I'll tell you what, make your way to the building back over there, to that kind of warehouse area where they store like junk cars, and pretend that you know your way around. The door will open for you. Go ahead and go in there.
Okay.
And he can hide out in there for a while. I'm not taking him downstairs.
Right, Plasmy, this way.
Okay. Is it essentially like a doghouse?
No. This is yeah. Well, he is in the metaphorical doghouse. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Plasmid goes over and he's like, I've been at worse. All right. Yeah. I can hole up in here until we can settle the score with those kids.
Yeah, working on it.
All right.
There's like some old dungarees or overalls in here.
Yeah. That's what
we'll see.
Okay.
I was saying
change out of the orange. Day glow orange is not a good
Changes
color.
out of it, puts it on, slicks back his hair with some.
Oh, gross! That sticky stuff
snot,
is everywhere.
he's like, I'm ready to rock and roll. Actually, I do have a picture of Plasmid I do need to share with everyone. Okay, so while I'm looking for that, why don't we see what Neon wants to do now?
I think the plan would be to reconvene at the junkyard.
Okay.
Yeah. So after chauffeur drives me off, just make sure nobody is obviously following me, and then I'll just, use my speed to get me there a little bit quicker.
Okay. All right. You don't really have any issues getting there. And here is, I don't know if we've ever shown everyone what the players have seen. I think Plasmid before, but There we go. There's Plasmid. He's a
Kinda
charmer.
Love his grin.
Yeah. So,
Great teeth.
yeah, isn't he great? um, yeah. Chopper. Do you keep a constant check on things like police scanners, things like that?
Yes, my base has the communication data store and security system upgrades. So yes.
Okay. There's some chatter going through about Neon being spotted near your junkyard.
Okay, I'll telepathically tell Neon, it's like, hey, you're being observed right now. You might want to try heading somewhere else first.
All right. So I'll divert over. Is there anything like a main, like government building or anything that's in this area?
Maybe maybe like a social security office.
Okay. How about like a landmark, like a pier or?
Where is the junkyard? It's in.
It's towards the outskirts of Nocturne.
Okay.
Intentionally,
Okay.
like they don't want to have that in the middle of town. So
Gotcha. Yeah. Let's see, a landmark. So you're basically looking for a place to just hide out at, or?
I think what it is on my mind is I'm gonna like just find a place of solitude and take a few like moody shots of myself to upload of like really thinking about the city tonight and just like I love this, or like maybe me just like overlooking the city and just like I love my city. Yeah.
I gotcha. There is a kind of a park that at one time was very nice and now is just trashed. I mean, it's just, graffiti strewn and, but if you stage it just right, you can be like here I stand amidst the chaos, but I'm ready to take the challenge of bringing back this city.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And while you're there, you do see a police car kind of drive by, and they do, and the officer is driving by and notices you.
Just see a kid on his phone, like.
Okay.
Maybe he's scrolling over and doing like a dance of some sort or like a challenge.
And while you're looking at that, you hear a voice say, "Having a fun walk, Neon?" And you turn around at Citizen Soldier.
I could ask you the same question.
I'm just out patrolling.
Yeah. Any fun? Anything interesting pop up on your end?
Nothing so far. Just keeping an eye on things. Suppose you heard about the jail.
Yeah, I did. And that explains why I couldn't find him earlier. That he knows the score. I told him about I did manage to find him. Told him about the plan, so I think I got a good tanker in mind. So my question to you is, are you gonna feel up to being there with me, or is this something you expect me to do on my own?
Think you're capable?
Coming from you, that's a pretty big compliment.
I wouldn't take it as a compliment. I would take it as, I don't think you can do it.
Well, you set the bar pretty low, so I guess we'll just have to see how it goes.
He takes a step towards you. He's like, "Watch your mouth, kid."
Yeah.
It's not just me who's got eyes on you now, if you hadn't noticed.
Oh, well, thanks for telling me that. So now I know that information too.
Free advice.
Hmm.
If I were you, I would probably just go back to Chicago and see if Night Owl will take you back.
Yeah, and if I were you, I would take a look into La Croix.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What about him?
Let's just say that something festers like a corpse. It's starting to stink.
There's always that talk about voodoo with him. I never believed in any of that junk.
Well, free advice.
Free advice. Keep your nose, kid, clean.
Yeah.
You keep your nose clean, kid. I'm tired.
Yeah. that was a really big light that fell on you. It's all good.
All right. And he kind of strolls out of the park and leaves you alone.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna instantly telepathically communicate with Chopper and Grayfin and go, yeah, I'm your boy's too hot to trot. I gotta keep my distance. Yeah, we need to get this thing in motion. The sooner the better. Also, La Croix is a le fuck. Is up with that?
What?
And Neon will just quickly share the experience that he had in the encounter with La Croix and say, yeah, it left me feeling a certain kind of way. I didn't like it.
Chopper says, that is concerning. When we meet up again, I want to check some things. So is the plan then, are we calling in everybody to this? Like, how is this going to go down? Are you bringing in the Crusaders and other villains and citizen soldiers? It's going to be a chaotic free-for-all, like the end of the Avengers kind of thing? Or what's happening here?
Well, wasn't able to get a hold of the Crusaders. And Citizen Soldier doesn't look like he wants to step up to play either. So
That's interesting.
I win.
So you don't think that he'll come if you call? If you need help, maybe?
well, I think he would, but not unless it was convincing. But I
Well,
know
what
he's got eyes on me, and he said there's more people with eyes on me. So if we draw him in, we're probably going to get more than just Citizen Soldier.
Yeah. What if Grayfin calls in some favors too, though? You know, brings in that supervillain Plasmid, maybe some of the gangs around, maybe some of those other folks to the place.
I think that might even happen.
If it's getting bad, we could always just uproot to New York and terrorize that place.
I mean, that might be something to do anyway. But if we can have some fun on the way out, maybe that's what to do here.
Ooh, I've never been to Venice, and I hear they got lots of water.
Although
Issue
right
4,
now,
violence in Venice.
We're having a drought, but yes, that is a good call. You could refill the canals.
And I'll be honest, an epic battle we do not have time for tonight. Wow, that sounds awesome.
All right, so I guess the next step would just be to plan which tanker and when the fight's going to go down. And then, yeah.
We could chill for a while, let the heat disappear, and I can go terrorize the eco-terrorists. You know, go tip over some Greenpeace boats. You know, not that big a deal.
Okay, let's set up the time and the place. We'll set up the cameras early. I want to try to get Citizen Soldier in the area if possible, but you know, we'll see what happens. And bring Plasmid too, of course.
Oh yeah, gotta get someone captured every time.
Exactly.
Okay. So, yeah, you haven't really been given the specific tanker, oh, it's the Betty Lou over there, I mean, it was just, the idea was floated out by Citizen Soldier. You weren't really given any, specifics.
Right. So I guess just whatever looks like something that's on the far end of town, away from the junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
Something that would be either under repairs or deserted, or like, sometimes boats are like decommissioned and they're just like cemented into place. So like the Queen Mary in Long Beach Harbor or something. So it's something that's significant, but also like would not necessarily be hard for people to get out of, and far away from the junkyard.
Yeah. Really, there is kind of an old shipyard, kind of a dry dock, kind of near the river. But at this point, most of the ships are old and starting to rust. And while you see some things that might suit the description, even at a quick glance, somebody like Citizen Soldier is going to look at it and say, that ain't going to hold him. So even if you contacted him again you're not really finding options that would work. And the more you're thinking about it, the more you're wondering if, and I'm just giving you this one for free, if he just threw that out there to see if you'd take the bait. And so far, you're running with it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, luckily for me, Neon is not that bright of a guy either. So, I guess then the next thing to do would... not filled with explosives. So I guess, is he trying to hint at like I should go somewhere that's like a nicer boat or a newer boat, or am I like just way out, like way off track at this point?
Well, kind of given what the characters have heard, and Citizen Soldier never really said, hey, we're going to do it at X location at X time. He just kind of threw that idea out there. Chopper and Grayfin can also kind of weigh in also to see if they think it's a trap or not.
Sounds like a trap.
I was assuming it was a trap.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I was kind of giving you guys the opportunity to, weigh in on it, because it was never like, okay, we're going to meet at X place. So.
Got it. So I guess a good place for a showdown, and it's got to be convincing for Citizen Soldier. I guess at this point, like me as Neon would, is there a way to like quickly communicate with Citizen Soldier, like a communicator, or?
You could probably contact the police probably, and they could probably get you in touch with him.
Okay.
And he seemed to have found you earlier, so
yeah,
he could probably find you again fairly easily.
Yeah. So I think I'd like to get in touch with them and, or at least like just put it out there, like, hey, does just be like, hey, looked around. This is what I was thinking. Not quite sure if they were up to what you had in mind, but... So, wait. Out of context question. Is the idea like whatever we would find would be closer to the junkyard?
No, not necessarily. I mean, you can, You can just suggest a place, and
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
So I feel like, is there like you mentioned there was a river somewhere
Yeah,
nearby?
yeah, Mississippi. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like a good high rise or like a taller building?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if there actually is in real life, but
Yeah.
somewhere where like a rooftop battle sort of
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. Towards the kind of off the off outside the French Quarter, maybe. There's some luxury hotels that have managed to stay in business despite the recent crime wave. But yeah, they would probably have a beautiful rooftop, restaurant and bar and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's where Grayfin would like to mess things up. That's where we'll go.
Okay.
And is that right next to the Mississippi?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So what's the plan then?
So the idea is get into a slugfest,
Mhm.
have it be like one of those one-on-one showdowns,
Mhm.
and then over the communicator with Chopper and Grayfin, like, hey, how badly do we feel like this city needs Citizen Soldier? Like, just throwing that out there.
He's an American icon.
Why would they need Citizen Soldier?
Pete says American icon. Yeah, why did they need him when they got me?
Alright. Well, recovering from a light's a good thing. I wonder how well he'd recover from meeting the pavement from a quick jump from the top of a building.
Yeah, no, that's a good question.
Okay. All right. So you're inviting them to have drinks at the.
So I think Chopper was right on the money with he's gonna be nearby. So maybe drop a tip of some type or get some sort of chatter on the police scanners.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Police scanner, anonymous tip, and get that rolling for the top of the building there.
Okay.
And then find a point where it looks like Grayfin, you get the upper hand, and where he'll need to intervene, and then who knows what might happen from there, People can get hurt in these kind of scenarios.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna say Chopper put something out that Grayfin was spotted. Well, actually, not necessarily spotted that there was plumbing problems at the at the Four Seasons top rooftop bar. So yes, that gets out there, and so Neon is going to go. Is everyone going to go, or is Chopper staying?
Oh yeah, Chopper's going to.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, so the the four of you, because Plasmid's going too. Four of you are going to get over there. We're going to just skip through the details. We're just going to get you in there. Get to the rooftop bar. When you get to the front doors to the restaurant, it's been closed because they seem to. There's a server there who's like, "Oh, hey, hey, Mr. Neon. We were told by the police that there might be some trouble here, so we've closed down."
Yeah, that's precisely what I came. Just in case it's great.
Okay, sure. And they kind of unlock the doors and let you in. There's nobody in the restaurant. It's get out. It's big view of the river.
Chopper's going to telekinetically start setting up cameras around the place.
Yep.
Okay.
I think one here to really get the light, like you've
Yep.
been telling me. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to raid the refrigerator.
Okay. Within about 10 minutes of you being there, and you've had the time to set up the cameras, Citizen Soldier strides through the doors, and behind him is the guy you had met earlier, one of the Crusaders, the guy they were calling Ogre, the giant guy in the flannel shirt, and he's all right.
Look, they brought one for Plasmid.
Yep. Guess we couldn't quite turn that one.
And Citizen Soldier's just kind of looking around. He's like, Neon, is he here?
Time will tell. We just got here, and how about this? Why don't you take downstairs and I'll check upstairs. I move faster.
And you go downstairs?
I go upstairs, so I'm heading towards the roof.
Yeah, you're already actually on the top.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
he's come out to the bar, like on the top of the hotel.
okay. So yeah, then the other way around. Then I'll do one more quick sweep downstairs.
Okay.
And leave them alone up top.
Okay. Yeah. So Citizen Soldier kind of walks out to kind of the center of the patio area, and he's just kind of looking around. Gray Finn, you were kind of waiting back in the in the restaurant.
Yep.
Okay. And Plasmid is there. He's kind of rubbing the black snot all over his hands. He's like, I think I can get him from here. Someone put one big glob right in his face.
Which one?
He's like, yeah, the big ugly one.
Okay, yeah, he's your dance partner. All yours.
Okay. So he kind of goes, throws this big glob. It hits the ogre guy like in the back of his head and knocks his cap off. And he's like, who the hell did that?
I point towards Plasmid.
Okay. So you've revealed yourself now?
Oh yeah, he's got to pick a fight. He wants to pick a fight. Get her over.
Okay. So, Ogre goes charging towards Plasmid, and Citizen Soldier just kind of steps back and looks at Gray Finn. And he's kind of looking around, like waiting for something else.
So, Mr. All-American, you waiting on your food order or what?
I'm just waiting just a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm going to armor up
Okay.
and then blast him. Actually, no, I'm going to blast past him and shatter the window behind him.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he dodges anyway because he probably saw you, but I know what you were aiming for. So okay. So yeah, so he kind of dives out of the way. Neon, you went downstairs. Are you coming back up or?
Yeah, once I hear commotion,
Okay.
then I'll just kind of 3, 4. Now, and then
Okay.
I'll zoom back up.
Okay. We only have a few more minutes left, but Plasmid and Ogre are going to get into a slugging match, kind of throwing each other around. Cameras are getting all this. And then, Citizen Soldier just gets up and he's just kind of waiting. Like he hasn't really made a move yet, but he kind of moves back from the glass.
Using the mental thing, talking to Neon. I think Soldier Dude is expecting you because he's all propped up and not getting into combat with me. He's chilling like he's waiting for something. So either the Crusaders are showing up or he's waiting for you.
You should tell them. You should tell the cameras that he's too afraid to face you.
Ooh. So, Mr. Citizen of the cities, too scared to take on the mighty Grayfin?
No, I'm just waiting for your backup. He should probably be here a few minutes. Isn't that right, Neon? He's calling out. He's looking around.
I mean, Neon's your backup, not mine. He's a hero.
We'll see if he's a hero. Come on out, Neon, and fight Grayfin if you're the mighty hero they say you are.
Is that with an earshot of me, or is he just?
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah. All right, so I'll just go in and leap in and go for just a punch right to Grayfin, just leaping across the room.
Okay.
And as I do it, I'll just shout out, "I'm doing it because I want to, not because he told me."
Okay. All right. You gonna hit him back, Grayfin?
No, I'll let my armor take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do. I'm not gonna like do a special move. I'll just do a straight up might roll.
All right. Roll my defense. Ooh, I like these new dice. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Woohoo!
Great, 2 for me.
Okay. All right. So Grayfin, you got 8. Did you say?
9.
Oh, 9. Excuse me.
I
Okay.
got 4 6s and a 4. Like, wow, it's Christmas.
Yeah, Citizen Soldier is just. He's like, if you're the hero, you take him down, Neon. Prove me wrong. Prove to me you're a hero and take him down.
A lot of talk, no action. Fine, I'll do what you can. And I'm just gonna keep doing a slugfest, and in my mic, I'm gonna say, "All right, like, I hate to say it, but just not the face." The great thing.
Okay. Okay. Well, since you really want to pick a real fight, then we're going to have a real fight.
Citizen Soldier says, "I have nothing to prove, son. This is all about you."
Wow. The old crotchety guy's calling you out, Neon.
I don't need more than one in my life.
Ew, that's not as good. I got 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh. You want to dodge or you want to?
That was my armor taking it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for me, that's a 1, 2. That's a 4.
so I take 4 points. Wow.
Okay. Chopper, you want to do anything?
The only thing I'm saying is, I think if you can incapacitate Neon, make it look like, see if we can make Citizen Soldier do something.
Okay. I'm going to counter with ensnare and pretty much just bind Neon up in poop.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Do I have any resolve? No, I don't. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4.
Okay. Do you want to try to use your strength, Neon, to bust out of the poop trap? That sounds really bad. So.
Yep.
It does.
Hope that doesn't get me kicked off Twitch. So.
Right. I mean, normally I'd have some way to answer it, but I think, like, trying to sell it, I'm just gonna have to take one for the team. Yeah, I think I'll strain and make it pull, like, I'm trying to get out, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't think it'll be
Okay.
enough to fool Citizen Soldier, but may as well set
Okay.
that up.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. He's Citizen Soldier sees you're restrained, and then he will go over and take a swing at Grayfin.
Okay, that'll dodge. Because his
Okay.
hurt.
Yeah. And let's see. That is Plasmid. I want Citizen Soldier here.
So this is also what Chopper was waiting for. So let's see what happens here.
Okay. Ooh. Lots of sixes.
That's
lots
good.
of fours. That's 11.
Ouch! I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Yeah. So he is going to knock you across the deck.
So that's 6.
And you are just about to go over the side, but you managed to kind of grab onto like a railing or something.
Okay, this is what Chopper's going to try now. Chopper is going to try to telekinetically, like, shove Citizen Soldier to knock Neon over the, or not Neon, sorry, to knock Grayfin over the wall into into the ground below. Tried to make it look like Citizen Soldier is killing Grayfin.
Well, Grayfin's unconscious now.
So he's
he's hanging on. He's hanging on a railing. So.
But so he's going to try to make it look like that. So, but he's actually going to shove him over the side of the building telekinetically. All right. So I have never done a telekinesis roll like this here, but it is my highest power actually.
This could be the defining role of the game.
Okay. So let's see what happens. All right. Gold is 2.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
Awesome.
Does he get to counter that with anything, like his strength or anything?
So this is telekinesis.
Is it subtle?
It is not subtle. So he's going to know that the dog did it.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. But that's why I don't do it. Let's see. So telekinesis. He can do. Let's see.
Should either be a willpower or might, shouldn't it?
It is a. You can use telekinesis rank as effective might. So you use it as your might. So he would counter whatever he counters a might attack.
Probably his toughness, I would think. He
Probably.
has armor, but I don't think in this case I think it would be more toughness than. So let's take a look. He's moved. He's staggering forward.
Okay.
So it's not quite the smooth effect you were looking for. It looked like you ran over and pushed him. He's,
Yeah.
And then he grabs on to the railing and he's looking down at Grayfin. And he's like, damn it. He's like, I'm not doing this. What do you want to do, Grayfin?
Ow, my hands! And let go.
And you let go?
And let go. I turn into mist.
Okay.
Yeah, the cameras catch me falling, but not me turning into mist.
Yeah, the cameras see really Citizen Soldier's back as much. Like, I mean, there's cameras all over, but like he's kind of hanging down. So like I said, it wasn't quite the smooth criminal plan you had, but he did get over there and basically shook the railing, and then Grayfin falls off, turns to mist, and you're serious Citizen Soldier going, no.
And that is why I was working on deepfakes. to make it look better.
And he's like reaching his hand out like, no. And he kind of turns around. He's looking around. He does. Now Chopper is out in the open at this point. So
Yes.
So he's like the dog, and he's like, and he kind of gets himself up now. Plasmid and Ogre are still brawling, so Citizen Soldier has to kind of like scoot around them. But he does come over to Neon and starts this distasteful look on his face, trying to pull the crap away, literally. And
while he's doing that, what the heck just happened? What did you just do?
I didn't do anything to him. He jumped off.
Okay, well,
As you can see, and he's turning around. He's looking at Chopper like he's like, there's something else at work here.
I bet I know what it is.
Somebody shoved me.
I bet I know who.
Who?
Lacroix.
Lacroix. What about him?
Look, I met with him earlier. He's got this weird, creepy hand, and
The man had polio. Show some respect.
Okay, yes, but do people who have polio like have a weird other voice, like speak compellingly to them in their head without moving their lips?
So I've seen some weird stuff, but I don't know if I believe in that voodoo stuff.
I don't know. There's a lot about voodoo. Like, you ever watch like any voodoo movies or anything? They're always using the dolls to like manipulate and make people move of their own accord. I bet that's something to do with it.
Chopper is going to telepathically send a message to Citizen Soldier, saying, "Yes, you killed Grayfin. Now you should kill Dion."
We're gonna have him make a willpower roll.
He doesn't actually want him to, but he.
No,
maybe-
I know,
Yeah.
but just because it's fun.
Yeah. Oh, do you want me to make telepathy roll against that?
No.
Okay.
No. But I like the idea. He kind of like, just kind of shakes his head like, he's like, and he gives Neon, it helps Neon get up. And he's like, all right, let's help take out the trash. And they both turn and look at Plasmid. I'm gonna let Neon go after Plasmid if he'd like, and we're gonna be wrapping up shortly. But what would you like to do? Because Plasmid is like getting hammered now by Citizen Soldier and by Ogre.
Yeah,
And
just like a
gets-
hard.
Yeah, and he gets spun around and he's facing Neon.
Just like hard jump cut to like all three of us just pummeling him. It's just I'm pulling my punches a little bit, but like maybe like get in one or two, and then do something fancy to just knock him out or incapacitate him, like a good sweep, like maybe like a sweep kick or something.
Okay.
Just to get him on the ground and get him into a pin.
Yep. Yeah. And he goes down just like a sack. And he's just down. And they stop and kind of wiping some blood away. Citizen Soldier gives one more look at Chopper. And then yeah, exactly. He probably wags his tail. And then turns back. And for our final panel, we're gonna go to Grayfin, who turned into mist. And I'm assuming that's how he drifted down.
Yep, just gonna drift down to street level.
Okay.
And just disappear into the sewer system.
Okay. And I think that's actually a good place to leave it. I want to thank my players. That was a lot of fun. It was very creative. Citizen Soldier is a Boy Scout, but not easily fooled. And he made some decent rolls to see through some things. But yeah, I think that was a pretty satisfying ending for me. How does everyone else feel?
Well, I'm good with it.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, good. And ironically, on Wednesday, these same players are going to join us as good guys. They are going to be joining the Eternity Alliance as new members. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to have to, be the anti-chopper.
Yeah, totally different mindset there.
And we are going to have Wednesday games through the month of March. And what we're going to be doing is we're mixing up the teams. So what you're going to see is some of the existing characters like Agent Orange and Thunderbolt and Old Man Winter interacting with new characters. And I think what I'd like to do is while I've got everybody here, I'd like to have them introduce who they're going to be playing on Wednesday. And just so we can kind of get a sneak preview of who they're going to be playing. So let's just start with Jeffrey. Why don't you give us an idea who you're going to be playing on Wednesday?
Absolutely. Let me just grab my sheet really quick so I can reference it. So I'm going to be playing a progeny of sorts. Or is it prodigy or progeny? I always get those mixed up.
Prodigy.
Prodigy.
In your case, a prodigy.
Oh, yeah, prodigy. Yeah.
Everybody's a progeny.
Yeah.
By the name of Augustus Menthorpe. His superhero name is Checkmate. Smart kid. Top grades. May have some latent psychic abilities. Might be a streamer of some sorts in his spare time. Might have a hard time with his sleep schedule. So, looking forward to introducing him and having some fun with him.
Awesome. And Mr. Limey, who are you going to be playing?
I'll be playing Polymer, a man made of rubber.
All righty.
Gotta go with the weird stuff.
we wouldn't expect anything less. And Carlos.
I'm going to be playing Halcyon. Back in the 80s, there was a class of children who disappeared suddenly, and they came back a couple of decades later. Some of them did, apparently having been kidnapped into another dimension, fairy realm type place. So he lay low for a long time, like not getting involved. Some of his classmates might have done villainy or heroics or other stuff, but he's been kind of just by himself for a while, and he's just coming back out. And he has nature powers.
Awesome. All righty. Well, again, I want to thank everyone who's joined us for these games. I love the audience participation. You guys really make it a lot even more fun with the participation. I enjoy everybody joining. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up. We went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I wanted to make sure that we closed on kind of a good, satisfying ending. And I would not rule out seeing these guys again at some point. We'll see. I think we're gonna give the good guys a chance for a while, and then who knows? Maybe Grayfin issue 4. Violence in Venice or something like that. We'll see. We'll see if the gang gets back together again. Does anybody have anything they wanna plug tonight or anything? Before we wrap up,
I want to say thank you for running. This has been a lot of fun. Like the first big kind of Prowlers and Paragons experience.
Good.
Good. Thanks a lot.
Good.
I agree. It was a blast.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Good. Awesome. Thank you. That's why I do it, is just tell geeky stories with my friends. So, okay. Well, everybody, have a great night. Thanks again for watching, and we will hopefully be seeing you again on Wednesday.
All right.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.